All right. See how ChatGTP did. Just kidding. I've had the pleasure of taking some courses here with many of you. The rest of you probably thought I was an instructor or RMCAD staff, and you're very surprised to see me up here. Well, you're not the only ones that are surprised. The truth is, if you would have seen me 5 years ago, you would have thought this the last place on earth that I'd be standing, if at all. The details of my journey is not what's important here. Besides, you probably have a hard time believing I was a homeless alcoholic dying of pancreatitis anyways. What is important is the decision that I made at the time. This decision was to ask for help and to continue asking for help when I needed it. This concept not only saved my life, but contributed to my success at this school. We'll touch more on that later because one thing I've learned about this school and being at RMCAD is that all of you have your own story and your own struggles. I've honestly come to believe that struggling is the curse of the creative mind. But with that, there's an astonishing ability to overcome, especially using tools of expression. Fellow students, I've seen your stories in your paintings, your illustrations, your photographs, and your animations. I've read them in your poetry, your stories, your essays, and those horrendous discussion posts. I want you all to know I'm very proud of every one of you and everything you've overcome and accomplished. I mean, they shut the whole world down and we just kept on learning. I still don't understand how online life drawing works, but we rolled with it. I know your majors and studies have sent us all on different paths through school, but most of us have one thing in common, and that was foundations. This first year of coursework might have been a bit of a drag for some of you that had taken more advanced art classes before, but this reshaped how I see the world. Colors are different, like I understand them. Interesting value differences and natural patterns constantly distract me. I can break everything down to its primitive shapes, and the golden ratio is everywhere. Foundations were also another time in my life where I once again had to look at how and change how I was doing and listen to how others were, and listen and accept other perspectives. To break down what I know or what I thought I know and accept alternate perspectives, not just in art, but life itself. If we are not constantly doing this in life, then we are not growing outside of our own bounds. So I thank RMCAD and the foundation staff for lifting the veil. While we're on the business of thanks, I'm going to do a few quick shout outs. Unfortunately, some of my most influential instructors have moved on from RMCAD, but I want to thank them. Ian Southall and Ty Carrier. I learned so much from those two instructors. Also, thank you for not charging me therapy fees for my panic attacks every time Maya crashed. May their video lectures forever haunt the morgue. Dr. Becky Black, thank you for making art history some of the more enjoyable moments of this school. She put 4 whole pirate slides in her lecture just for me. Thomas Keefe, thank you for finally explaining politics to me so I can knowledgeably despise them. I'd happily pursue an MLA because of the curiosities you both and liberal arts have opened for me. Ed Kramer, man over my shoulder the last 16 weeks. You've helped me overcome my harsher critiques and produce a AAA-worthy portfolio. Thanks for teaching me some magic and seeing me as a fellow wizard. Sean Brown, you saw potential in a crappy 3D sculpt that a 30-year-old did in Blender and granted him the fullest amount on his portfolio scholarship. That scholarship helped me financially continue here, so thank you. And of course, my family, who supported me through this crazy journey. Each of you had such an important role in my achievements, whether it's buying every video game system since the Super Nintendo, including the Virtual Boy, my neck still hurts from that, or the risk of paying the first semester for somebody with a shaky history. Well, I'm glad I made you all proud. All right, it's enough if I could thank people all day, but I want to end it by thanking you guys. This community, RMCAD, supported and showed me inspirations in ways that I didn't even know I needed it. There's so many talented people at this school to set the bar. Never did I see any of you as competition, but as a glowing resource to grow. I look out at all those decorated caps, proud to see the world's future shapers of culture, because that's what you are. Through those art history classes, I learned our responsibility as artists. We have been blessed with a sum of knowledge not many can access. We have the ability to share this knowledge through our art, the concepts of political science, the truths of history through different perspectives, psychological and social issues, and the ever-depressing realities of human ecology, which you'll probably need psychology after ecology. I don't want to stand here and lecture anyone on the real world. From what I've seen, most of you have had a healthy dish of it. So what I will do is further push the concept of asking for help. Sitting in those chairs, I assume most of you have done this already, but then I remember how independent and self-reliant artists are. This makes asking help seem shameful or weak. I assure you it is not. Without perspective, you will not grow, and without help, there is no perspective. The people around you will probably be the biggest help you receive one day. It would be a shame to miss out on it because you didn't ask. I recommend this in all aspects of your life as well. The school has been an influencer of mental health and therapy. I hope all of you practice and keep yourselves first. Some of us are entering industries where quality of work can easily overcome the quality of life. This doesn't have to be the case for you and your peers. Demand better for yourselves. Thank you, and congrats, graduates.